and welcome, beautiful soul, to your solar eclipse yoga practice. Today, we are going to be preparing ourselves for the solar eclipse energy and shift that is about to happen on June 10th. If you are practicing this at a different time, that is perfect as well. It could be beautifully applied to any eclipse in the future moving forward, or even just a beautiful flow to really get yourself moving and more connected to Earth's elements. So with the solar eclipse on its way, it's really going to be focused on eliminating limiting beliefs and the ego and any stagnancy that you may have been holding on to, and allow you to tap into your power and the fiery, fierce goddess Durga, as we will be applying Kali Mudra quite often throughout the practice. So before getting started, Kali Mudra, this is how you take it. You just fold over and clasp four of your fingers and keep the pointer fingers pointing up, and then overlap your thumbs like so. So if you feel called, we will be taking this mudra quite often. If not, you can just take a namaste at your heart. So the only props that I recommend having, other than your mat, of course, is 2 blocks, or you could even have 1 for this practice, and that will do, and possibly a folded blanket or towel, which can come in handy to protect and support your knee in a couple of the poses that we are going to be doing today. Beautiful. So when you are all ready to ground down and step into the present moment for this flow, come to a seated position, into your easy pose, and again, begin to ground down. Set your intention for this practice, whether it be to eliminate those limiting beliefs or any stagnant energy or anything that you just need right now in this moment. Move forward with that intention and hold on to it for this practice. On an inhale, bring your hands into that Kali Mudra, clasping the 4 fingers and pointing the pointer fingers up to the sky, overlapping and clasping your thumbs one over the other. And you can go ahead and place that mudra right in front of your heart. Begin to breathe here. Deep, long, full belly breaths. In through your nose and out through your nose. Continuing with these full, steady streams of breath for several more rounds, really sealing in and setting that intention. One more big inhale in through your nose. And exhale out of your mouth this time. Release your mudra. You can open your eyes now, or even keep them closed if you feel called. Drop your palms to the ground, and on an inhale, begin to rise and reach your left fingertips and your arm across over top of your body, over to your right side, creating this crescent moon-like shape, really tapping into that moon energy. Feel this stretch, activating your obliques and stretching out your entire left side body. Maybe on an inhale, you rise slightly, and on an exhale, you go deeper and deeper into this side lunge. Side stretch. Open out through your heart. Maybe send your gaze to the sky. Beautiful. Bring those left fingertips down to touch the earth beneath you. And on the same thing on the other side, reach those right fingertips and right arm over your body and reach them over to the left side now, creating that same crescent-like moon shape. Feeling this curve, this natural curve happening within your left body as you press and you expand through your right body. Long, steady breaths, connecting with all of the earth's elements. Tapping back into your intention that you set. Beautiful. Bring those right fingertips to touch the mat, reset and lengthen. Press those fingertips into the mat, lengthen through your spine. Bring your hands to that Kali Mudra position once again. And now reach that mudra above your head, arms parallel to your ears, but keep those shoulders down away from your ears. So you're keeping spaciousness in your heart and your chest space. And on an inhale, begin to fold from your hips, keeping an engagement in your core. Fold forward. If you feel your sit bones begin to rise, that's perfectly okay. Until your fingertips come to touch the ground into a forward fold. Still keeping that mudra activated, tapping in to the fiery goddess known as Durga. Feeling this stretch all throughout your glutes and the backs of your thighs, your quads, and even your shoulders as you keep them activated and stretched forward. Staying with that steady breath always, noticing and taking the time to observe that if your mind wanders, you can always come back to your breath. Beautiful. Begin to now engage through your core and lift that mudra up and back above your head. Release your mudra into a namaste over your heart. Keeping your eyes closed, tapping back into that intention one last time before we begin to add a little bit more motion into this practice. Breathe in and breathe out. Let it go. Open your eyes and begin to bring both of your arms to the top of your mat, roughly about shoulder distance apart, knees about hip distance apart, spine neutral and level, as if you can place a glass on top of your back without it knocking over. Inhale, dip your pelvis down, send your gaze high for cow pose. Exhale, suck your pelvis in and come into your cat pose. Continue with this, inhaling on your cow. Exhaling on your cat, curving your spine, sucking your belly in. Just for a few more like this. connecting the motion of your spine and your body as it moves with your breath. Feeling the ground beneath you, visualizing the moon above. And when you feel satisfied with those cat-cows, come back to that neutral tabletop position. Extend out through your right leg, come up onto your right toes, and then begin to extend out your left arm and left fingers straight out in front of you. So you haven't quite lifted those right toes yet. Just finding your balance here. Maybe adjust your hand position if you need to. And on an inhale, begin to lift those right toes straight up. Again, keeping that steady streamline all the way from the tips of your fingers back to your right toes. Still imagining that glass on your back, staying steady so that it doesn't fall over. And just breathe. If you're shaking, know that it's working. You are strong, you are capable, you are doing this. Beautiful. So for an added challenge, I challenge you to sway your left fingertips back to clasp now your right top of your foot. So right underneath your toes, coming into a balancing table twist. So on an inhale, press the top of your foot into the palm of your left hand, allowing yourself to come into this moon-like crescent position with your spine and with your leg. Keeping your shoulders as squared to the top of your mat as possible, pressing down through those left toes and those right fingertips. Just breathe here for another full breath, testing your balance. And on an exhale, release the foot from the hand, come back into that balancing table, and lower down the left fingertips and the right foot. Neutralize your spine again. Maybe take a couple circular motions just to stretch out, because that can be pretty intense for not only your right leg, but your left thigh and quad as well. Beautiful. Come back to center. Extend out through your left foot and your right arm. Inhale once you've found balance, and rise those left toes off of your mat. Tap back into that balance. Observe how this side may feel different from your right side. Engage through your core. Find stillness, find steadiness. Tap into that power. Remember that fiery goddess Durga, that we are immersing ourselves in that energy today. Inhale, bring those right fingertips to grasp and clasp onto that left foot as we come into that balancing table twist. Engaging through the core and really allowing that twist to come from the core area, and focusing on keeping our shoulders as squared as possible. It is automatically going to turn out as we're twisting and holding on to that left foot, but really imagine your hips and your shoulders staying squared to your mat. Inhale, expand, press into that palm. Exhale, come into the twist a little bit deeper. One more breath here. Begin to lower that left knee and right palm. Take a couple more circles just to stretch out that right side now. Re-neutralizing yourself. Always coming back to this if you need it at all throughout the pose, throughout the asanas. Beautiful. Begin to find stillness. Curl both toes under. Press into all 10 fingers and slowly press yourself up into the first downward dog of the practice. You can pedal your feet out here, pressing into your right heel and then pressing into your left. Stretching your calves, staying strong in your shoulders and your arms. Begin to find stillness now. Melt into your heels. Take a big inhale in and exhale out. Step both feet to the top of your mat. Fold from your hips into your forward fold, letting the chest fall over your thighs, bringing a slight bend into your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen and straighten through your spine. Keep that slight bend in your knees if you need it. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead, big stretch over your head. Kali Mudra above the head. Exhale, bring the mudra over your heart. Ground down through all four corners of both of your feet, connecting again to Earth's elements. Inhale, arms overhead. Take that Kali Mudra again. Baby back bend. Now inhale, open up through the heart and the chest. Really curve that spine back. Keep your neck in alignment with your spine. Exhale, bring that mudra down to your mat for your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Step to the back of your mat for a plank. Lower down to your knees, chest, and then chin. Inhale for a baby cobra, really lifting from the heart to the chest. Send your gaze high. Feel that curve in your spine. Visualize the moon. Exhale, lower your chest down, curl under your toes, and in one swift motion, come back into your downward facing dog. Press down into the heels. Inhale in, exhale out. Inhale, step both feet to the top of your mat for a forward fold, really folding from the hips, melting the chest over the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead now, Kali Mudra. Exhale, down over the heart. Take a breath. Inhale in, arms overhead, Kali Mudra once again. Inhale, take that baby back bend. Exhale, Kali Mudra now down to your mat for a forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Forward fold, exhale out of the nose. Inhale, jump or step back into a plank position. Take your chaturanga or knees, chest, chin to your mat. Inhale, cobra. Smile. Curve the back. Create space. Exhale, curl under the toes. Send the tailbone high to the sky. Downward facing dog. Press in through all 10 fingers in all 4 corners of your palms. Inhale, jump, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, picking up the speed a bit. Inhale, arms overhead. Take that Kali Mudra down over heart center. Inhale, Kali Mudra. Exhale, baby back bend. Make it a bit deeper here. Exhale, down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Jump, step, or hop back to plank. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin to your mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Thighs lifted and hovered above the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tap back into your breath. Press in through all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Inhale, lift your right leg high to the sky for a 3-legged dog. Finding your balance here. Maybe testing your balance and lifting your left arm if you can. Maybe hover it over your mat, or maybe try, I don't even know if I have it today, maybe try to bring it back by your side. Again, just having fun. No worries if you fall. Place your left hand back where it was and begin to stack your hips now, allowing the right hip to fall over the left, keeping that squaring in your shoulders with the top of your mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, bring your right foot forward in between both palms, lower down your left knee for a low lunge. Be sure here that your right knee is just over your right ankle. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. You guessed it, take that Kali Mudra again. Making sure that you aren't hunching your shoulders up, but you're really allowing yourself to keep spaciousness throughout your neck and your chest area. Maybe on an inhale, adding in a little baby back bend. Really breathing in and letting go on your breath out. Connecting always to this moon-like shape throughout this entire flow. Inhale, I challenge you now to bring your left fingertips back to grab once again your left foot now. So coming into this deeper quad stretch. You can keep your right fingertips high up above, or you can place them here right over your knee. And if this is bothering your knee at any time, you can grab that folded towel or blanket, and you can just place it for extra support and extra padding right underneath. It really helps a lot, especially if you don't have carpet or very thick rug, just adding that extra level of support and stability. So breathing in, noticing the longer you stay in this pose, maybe your heel can come closer to that glute. Beautiful. Release the left foot, bring it back to the ground. You can shift that towel over to the side if you were using it. Step that left foot forward for a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead, Kali Mudra, down to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead, Kali Mudra if you're called, back bend. Exhale, palms to the ground, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, jump or step to the back of your mat, chaturanga, cobra or upward facing dog. Taking that baby back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press down through those heels. Connect back to your breath. Inhale, begin to rise that left leg, send those left toes high. Pressing in, maybe challenging yourself and trying to test your balance now on the left side by lifting your right hand and hovering it over your mat. If you didn't do it on the other side, I challenge you to try it here. Maybe you bring it back by your side. If you can, just playing with yourself, tapping into that childlike state. Return your fingertips to the top of your mat. Inhale, open out through the hips, stack them one on top of the other. Engaging through your core, twisting from your core. Does this side feel different from the other side? Always observing to allow yourself to get to know you better. Beautiful. Inhale, send those left toes forward, frame the foot, lower down the right knee. If you took that added support of the folded towel or blanket, do that so. Now on this side, so you're prepared. Inhale, arms overhead. Take that Kali Mudra. Tapping into your power, tapping into the fiery goddess that you are always. Inhale, maybe coming into that back bend. Inhale, lower down the left fingertips over the knee or keep them high and bring those right fingertips back to catch the right foot. Coming into that deep, deep, yummy quad stretch. Breathing into this. Knowing that with each inhale and exhale, you are releasing tension, you are releasing stagnant energy, and you are making space for new beliefs, new values, new positive energy. Beautiful. Lower down those right toes. Frame the left foot. Curl under the right toes. Step them to meet the left. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Clasp your elbows and allow yourself to just sway back and forth. Connecting again to all of the earth's elements, the earth beneath your feet, the fluidity of water as you sway back and forth, and the curving of your spine like you are a crescent moon. Lower down your fingertips to your mat And slowly, slowly roll your body up into mountain pose. Readjusting yourself if you need to here. Finding stillness, grounding down. I am going to welcome you into a series of standing balancing poses now. So really tapping into this space I've set here to ground down will allow you to get the most out of these balancing poses. So once you are finding yourself very secure in your base, grounded, rooted, on an inhale, begin to lift your left foot off of the ground, bend it back behind you and grab your right toes, the top of your foot, and bring it into a quad stretch, like we're about to do a quad stretch, pressing the heel into the sit bone. Again, finding that balance and grounding down through that standing foot, that left foot. Imagine roots are growing and coming out of that foot, keeping you extremely grounded and supported. On an inhale, begin now to turn your hands so that the fingertips are faced towards the wall, and begin now to press that right top of your foot into the palm as you come into dancer's pose. If your leg is shaking, that means once again that it's working. You can keep a slight bend in that standing leg for support and stability. And again, notice how our spines are curving and connecting to the moon in this way. Beautiful. Begin now as a challenge to lower these left fingertips to the ground. Keep your knee bent and keep holding on to those right toes as you open out into a half moon bend and twist, also known as sugar cane pose. Here is where you can utilize the block, so I'll just show you this real quick. You can take a momentary pause if you would like to use your block. So as you've come down now, you can come back into that half moon twist, grab those right toes, open out, and just place the block underneath your hand. Excuse me. I'm losing my balance today too. We're all human. Twisting out and stacking your hips over top of each other. Beautiful. On an inhale, release, lower down in one swift motion if you can, and gently land your right foot back into warrior two position. Grounding down through both feet now, feeling extra supported with both feet on the ground. Lengthen through both of your arms. On an inhale, reach those fingertips forward. And on an exhale, send your right fingertips back to meet the back of either your thigh or your calf as you bend back into your reverse warrior. Keep that 90-degree angle in your left knee. Keep it supported and stable. Inhale in. Exhale out. Feeling the burn in your left thigh probably right about now. Inhale in. Exhale, return to the top of your mat. Frame your left foot and send your right toes to meet the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll yourself up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. As you come back in to that mountain pose, maybe take your Kali Mudra here again. Breathe in and breathe out. Prepare yourself for that same sequence now on your left side, so you know what's coming, which makes it nice. It means you're a little bit more prepared. Once you're feeling grounded, begin to lift those left toes and your left foot off the ground. Take those left fingertips and grasp your foot, coming into that quad stretch, lengthening through your spine, grounding down through your right foot, finding your balance, embracing any shakiness that may be happening. And then inhale, shift your fingertips to point towards the wall or the left side of your space, and begin to extend those right fingertips and your arm forward for dancer's pose. I am certainly very shaky today, and if you are, just reset yourself. Bending, bringing the foot maybe closer, maybe just taking a very not as deep dancer pose, just staying here with your balance. Inhale, begin to sink deeper, move over your block if you used it on the other side for that half moon pose. Twisting from your spine, stacking your hips, sending your gaze down or up for an added challenge. Taking on this moon-like shape with your spine and with your right knee or your left knee. Beautiful. One swift motion if you can. Step those left toes back. Stand tall and strong as you find your way into Warrior Two. Bending through that right knee, making sure the knee is just over the right ankle. Engaging through your core, creating space in your chest. Connecting to the ground beneath your feet. One more breath just like that. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Reach forward about an inch. Inhale, send those left fingertips over the calf and bring those right fingertips to soar over the head. Keep that bend in your right knee. Embracing the shakiness. Resetting yourself if you need to. Inhale in. Exhale, frame the right foot. Turn over on the tops of your left toes and step those left toes to meet your right. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms overhead. Take that Kali Mudra. Hands over the heart. Inhale, arms high, Kali Mudra. Back bend, last vinyasa of the day. I promise. Exhale, fold your body down. Inhale, halfway lift. Move your blocks over if needed. Exhale, forward fold, jump, step or hop into your plank position. Chaturanga, lowering down to the mat, lifting on your inhale into upward facing dog, rolling off the toes, downward facing dog. Holding here, pressing down into the heels, noticing how much more warm your body is now. So your heels may be closer to your mat. Just observing and becoming aware of these subtle little changes that happen within our body after it becomes warm and connected and grounded. Inhale, lift up onto your toes and create a dome-like shape with your back as you roll your shoulders over your wrists for a plank. So we're just gonna hold here. For as long as I can and for as long as you can. Keeping this position. If you fall out of it, you can drop onto your knees like so and just hover yourself over, creating strength, connection, and energy. Beautiful. Just a few more seconds. Engaging through your core and lower down onto your knees. Come back into a kneeling position. Can you check the time? Okay. Grounding down here, feeling your glutes press over your heels, feeling your spine long. Relaxing after that quite challenging plank pose. Inhale, come up onto your knees, arms by your sides, shoulders down away from your ears. Open out through your heart and your chest. We're going to do a camel pose. So inhale, bring both of your hands to the bottom of your back, right above your sit bones. Your fingers may lie right on your sit bones. And just begin to bend your back backwards, send your hips forwards, and keep your neck in alignment with your spine. So don't let it just hang back like that, but really keep it in alignment with the spine. So this is a camel variation. If you would like to advance this pose, you can begin to drop both of your palms to touch your heels. And really, again, send those hips high and expand through your upper and lower body. Inhale in. Exhale out. Tapping into this moon energy. Visualizing the moon above you and this moon-like shape that you're creating with your spine and your arms and your entire body. Beautiful. Inhale, bring your palms to your lower back before you rise back and lower your sit bones over your heels. Bring your palms over your knees. Relax and reset. We're going to take that 2 more times. Inhale, lift onto your knees. Bring your hands to your lower back. Inhale, baby back bend, or bring both palms to your heels. Inhale, expand and lift the pelvis, the womb, the belly, and the heart. Bring a smile to your face. Beautiful. Bring your palms to your lower back before rising. Lower the sit bones down on the heels. Reset. One more time. You got this. Inhale, lift onto your knees. Bring your hands to your lower back. Shoulders down and away from your ears. Inhale, baby back bend, or bring those hands down to your heels. Maybe try it for this last round. Inhale, open and expand. Exhale. Stay here for just another moment. Inhale, begin to lift and bring those hands to your lower back. Exhale, send your sit bones down over your heels. Beautiful. Remove your hands from your lower back and begin to take your hands, you can use your hands now, and begin to adjust this fleshy part of your calves and your shins over to the sides so that they are right next to your thighs. So it's going to look something like this. Your feet are pointed to the back of your mat, and your knees are comfortable and relaxed. If you're feeling any pain in them, I suggest to just stay in a kneeling position and take this position back like so. So we're going into a reclining hero's pose. So you can just take a hero's pose like so and walk your fingertips back, maybe like this, feeling still that beautiful back bend. Or if it's within your practice, again, shift that fleshy part of your calf and your shins over to the side. Come down onto your sit bones and begin to walk your hands and yourself back onto either your forearms or completely down onto your back. There may still be a bit of a dip and a dome between your back and the mat. That is perfectly okay. You will notice yourself get closer and closer to the mat the more you practice this. Inhale into your belly. Exhale out of your nose. A couple more, just like so. Inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale out. Begin to slowly lift your body up onto your forearms to start, onto your palms next, and come forward now onto your knees. Maybe tap your feet out, because even for a short reclining hero's pose, that can be pretty intense on your ankles and your feet. So just tap those babies out. Bring your big toes to touch. Expand out through your knees to the width of your mat and fall down for a beautiful counter child's pose to really relax that back after all of that back bend work. Breathing in with that ujjayi breath, that ocean-like breath. One more. And out of your nose. Begin to walk your body up slowly, gracefully. Shift both of your feet over and come down onto your sit bones, onto your mat. Extend out through both of your legs. Point those toes. Press into both of your hands. Have your fingertips pointing towards your toes. Activate through your legs. And on an inhale, lift your hips and your pelvis and press down into your toes for this plank variation. Stay strong through those arms. Inhaling in. Exhale out, lower down the body. Reset, relax. Point those toes again. We're going to do 2 more just like that. Press down through your fingertips. Inhale, lift the hips high. Keep the neck in alignment with the spine always. Inhale in, lift a little higher. Exhale, lower the sit bones down to the earth. Relax for a moment. We're going to take 1 more, just like so. Inhale, point the toes. Exhale, begin to lift your hips, engage through your legs. Press through your arms, stay strong. Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, let it all go down to your mat. Adjust yourself now as we begin to fold our way down, melt our way down to the mat. We have 1 last pose on each side before we head into the beautiful Shavasana that I'm sure you've been waiting for. So for our last pose, it's called a banana peel. A banana peel pose. Essentially, we're taking like a banana position. Kind of also looks like a crescent moon. So point through both of your toes, just like we did in that plank variation, that reverse plank. Stretch up both of your arms above your head. Bring the palms together, and you can actually go ahead and take them into Kali Mudra. 1 last Kali Mudra of the day. And begin to shift your hips over to your right side of your mat. And just begin to create this crescent-like position as you reach and you stretch over with your body to your left side. So your hips are over to the right, and your fingertips and your toes are stretching towards the left. So you'll begin to create this moon-like banana peel situation on your mat. Inhale in. Exhale out. Feeling this beautiful side body stretch. Beautiful. Begin to wiggle your way back to the center of your mat, keeping that Kali Mudra in place. And begin now to shift your hips over to your left side so we can take this banana peel pose on your right side. Sending those fingertips over to the right top of your mat and those toes over to the bottom right side of your mat, creating this curve-like situation with your spine and the side of your body. If you're not feeling the stretch that deeply, know that you can shift your hips over slightly more and just express your body into this curve even more. Beautiful. Shift your hips back to the center of your mat. Release your mudra. Release your arms down by your sides. Extend out through both of your legs if they aren't already. send your palms down to the ground into a full-on Shavasana. Tapping back into that intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. And releasing any prior judgment of the practice that you've just done, and reminding yourself how beautiful it is that you showed up here today on your mat and you did this for you. You took time to let go of limiting beliefs and stagnant energy, and you welcomed in new, fresh, positive energy and created space for all that is to come. Visualize the moon above you. Whether you are practicing this at night or during the day, visualize that beautiful round moon. Lighting up the sky at night, full of so much energy and beauty. And know that the same energy that is within that big, beautiful moon is also within you. That you are capable of absolutely anything you put your mind, body, and soul to. Inhale and begin to shift your body over to your side, creating a little pillow with your hands. Knowing that you are always supported and held. Begin to press your body up. You can keep your eyes closed to stay present in the moment. Coming to the center of your mat. Crossing your legs. Maybe coming into that Kali Mudra one more time. Over your heart. And reminding yourself that you can always tap into this fiery goddess inside of you. All it takes is connecting and going inward and becoming aware of the earth's elements and all of the beauty that surrounds you always. Inhale, send that mudra high. Exhale, bring the mudra to your third eye. And bow to a namaste. You can open your eyes now. Thank you so much for joining me for this solar eclipse practice. I recommend, if you don't always have a full hour to do a practice, you can always just go through and do some of these poses solo to help you ground down and connect and shift into this solar eclipse energy. Thank you for joining me. The light in me truly honors and sees the light in you. I will see you very soon, right back here on your mat. Namaste.